Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. If you guys didn't know, huge news for War Thunder in the form of an event. We will be getting the Persian Tomcat event, which if you guys haven't heard or seen by now, is going to give you guys access to an Iranian F-14A IRIAF Tomcat, which is absolutely crazy. This is a really cool vehicle, and in this video I'll hopefully be able to go over pretty briefly what the event entails, so all the details, know everything that you need to know about the event, as well as the Tomcat itself. So basically this event will be running from August 8th at 11 GMT all the way until August 26th, again at 11 GMT. And you will be able to get 2 decals and a player icon, as well as, of course, camouflage for the F-14 and the F-14A IRIAF as well. Now, some people might be saying, oh, well, we already have the F-14A in War Thunder, and yeah, you're right, that is true, but this is, again, a very special variant of it because it has some really cool missiles and other weaponry. So this will be an event vehicle for the US, which means that it will not have premium RP and SL bonuses, but it will also be a rank 8 jet fighter, and I've been expecting it to be like 12.3 BR, possibly 12.7. We'll have to wait and see exactly how good these missiles are in War Thunder. Now that being said, of course, this has the standard weaponry that you can expect: AIM-9 Sidewinders, AIM-7 Sparrows, and AIM-54 Phoenix. However, it can also carry the Soviet R-27 R1, as well as the Fakor 90 and Sigil missiles, which the Fakor 90 is basically an AIM-54 Phoenix, but a development on it. If I'm not mistaken, that was actually developed and tested after 2010. So this is actually a very recent missile, while the Sigil is, I think, a little bit older, but has semi-active radar homing as well. And you can also use a unique air-to-ground rocket called the Yasser with a 750-pound warhead, which is absolutely crazy. That's got to be, if I'm not mistaken, probably the biggest air-to-ground rocket in War Thunder as of current. That is just wild. So that being said, of course, this will have more capabilities than your standard F-14A, but will not be quite as powerful, if I'm not mistaken, as the F-14B insofar as its performance is concerned. So it will be interesting to see exactly where this goes. Of course, it will have better missiles, but to what extent, I'm not entirely sure. But again, I'm assuming 12.7, if not 12.3 BR. And also, if you guys didn't know, when it comes to the F-14, I actually do have a history video, believe it or not, on the F-14. I'll try to link it down below. But basically, the only other country to operate the F-14 outside of the US was Iran. And so what happened was that when the Iranian Revolution had occurred, there was only one more F-14 that was actually waiting to be delivered to Iran. But because the revolution occurred and basically they went from being allies to enemies of the US stopped sending them over. And of course, they took the final F-14 that again was meant to be shipped to Iran, and they just used it themselves in their own navy. So pretty damn cool in my opinion. It's a very interesting part of history. Now, that being said, you can also get a decal, 2 decals actually, the emblem of the Imperial Iranian Air Force decal, the emblem of the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force decal, and of course the Jalil Zandi player avatar. Now, the thing with Jalil Zandi is that he was the top ace, the top fighter, if you will, for the F-14, the best pilot. And the reason being is because, of course, if you guys don't know, the Iran-Iraq War happened, in which the F-14s were used far more heavily in that conflict than they were with any other conflict at any other period in time in world history. And so the greatest sample size that we have to see how effective the F-14 was during the Iran-Iraq War, in which they were apparently pretty damn successful, and this guy was the most successful of them, Jalil Zandi. Now, when it comes to this event, you will be able to get, of course, a bunch of different rewards. So basically, there will be 9 different stages. Stage 1, trophy with random reward. Stage 2, one of the prize decals. Stage 3, silver chest, travel suitcase, which means that we will be able to get silver chests that you can buy or again win here with the stages. Then of course it kind of goes on with decals, random rewards, player icon, so on and so forth. And at stage 8 you can get the F-14A IRIAF, and at stage 9 you can get the camouflage and 4 random modifications for the F-14A IRIAF, which in my opinion is really cool. Now, in order to actually get these stages done, basically what you need to do is during the time that this event is running, again from August 8th at 11 GMT all the way until August 26th at 11 GMT, you will need to score 45,000 mission points in air battles, typically rank 3 or above, but you can play it in also rank 1 and 2 so long as you're using an event vehicle. Now, basically what this means is that at rank 3, you're actually getting the lowest multiplier. Rank 1 through 3, essentially, you get the lowest multiplier, and then rank, whatever it is, 8, if I'm not mistaken, is the top rank. You will be getting the highest multiplier for your score. So basically, let's say, for example, and I go over this all the time, but let's say if you have 1,000 points that you get at the end of a battle, right? And you have it like rank 3 in arcade. So arcade, you get a lower multiplier than you would in RB, and basically the lower rank that you get a lower multiplier as well. So rank 3, let's just say again you're playing that in AB and you have 1,000 points at the end of that match. Basically, you'll probably only get like 6, maybe 700 score at the end of that match. Now, if you played rank 7 Air RB, for example, and you had 1,000 points, then you might get like 16 or 1,700 points towards this mission score goal. So you want to bear that in mind. The higher the rank that you play, and you can check that out in the achievements, it will tell you what the score multiplier is for various modes and ranks. But the higher rank that you play in general, the better of a score reward you can get. Now, bear in mind also, if you suck at like top tier or near top tier Air RB, but you're substantially better at like mid tier stuff, you probably would do a lot better just staying in mid tier, because at that point, the multiplier doesn't really matter as much as your own individual skill at that BR or rank bracket. So you really want to make sure that you're doing what is most comfortable for you, because oftentimes, regardless of the multiplier, that is where you're going to get your main amount of points. Now, I mean, otherwise, let's say if you don't want to complete all these stages, or if you don't have the time or whatever to do that, you can purchase them for Golden Eagles. Typically, they're 999 GE, but as you can see here, if you've earned 85% of the points needed to complete the mission, so you're somewhere like around 38,000 points, give or take, then, of course, your score, the price for that will be halved, so it would be 499 GE. And if you got 95% progress, so you're pretty much right at the end, but for whatever reason you don't complete it, you can buy it for 199 GE. So pretty cool in my opinion. You know, it's not really like a really great deal because you have to get 95% of the way there. And most of the time that's like one more match that you need to play, so you may as well play it. But who am I to say? And finally, of course, when it comes to the marketplace, in order to actually sell this on the marketplace, you need a total of 750,000 mission points, which is earned in parallel with your other score. So bear in mind that the 45,000 points that you earn, this is every 2 days. So once it goes to like from the 8th to the 10th, you have to earn 45,000 mission score. And then it switches to stage 2 from the 10th to the 12th, which again, you have to earn 45,000 more mission score. And even if you go over that, like let's say if you get 50,000 mission score from any 1 2-day period, it's not going to give you any more mission score towards the next period. So you need to earn 45,000 in order to get each of these stages done, or again, you can buy them via Golden Eagles. And then, of course, on top of that, it's also each of those scores, so it doesn't really matter how much you get, but you need 750,000 in total during the time that this event runs. So again, from August 8th to the 26th, if you get 750,000 mission score, you can get a coupon in which you will be able to sell the F-14A IRIAF on the marketplace. So that's what you need. If you just get the F-14A IRIAF, you will not be able to sell it on the marketplace unless you get this coupon that again costs 750,000 mission points in total that you will need to earn from the 8th to the 26th. So you will have to play quite a bit, and that amount is a few 100,000 over what you need for the F-14A itself. So that being said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I know it was a lot to go over, but in my opinion, this is a very, very cool event. I mean, I am freaking like stoked for this because there's almost nothing better in my opinion than seeing a slightly different take on a vehicle that we already have in game using maybe a different weapon system or whatever the case may be. And just to see this using basically the Fakor 90 and the Segiel and the R27R1, it's like a bizarro version of the F-14 Tomcat, and I'm all for it. By the way, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone, and good hunting.